Unfortunately, I've got a really cool video I want to show you guys, so we're going to change the presentation. Hope it's worth it. So we at COSY stands for the Collaborative Science Environment, and we're trying to democratize science. So our cloud platform, combined with our radically affordable research-grade microscopes, combine links students to researchers and teachers, so they can all work together on some cutting-edge research projects in the classroom. So I'm a NASA-funded research astrobotanist. So I spend my days postulating about how we're going to deal with the future of food and farming and how we're going to feed the growing population as our planet's climate changes. And the solutions to this actually lie in the wonderfully diverse planet that we have as a whole. Wouldn't it be wonderful if we could harness the diversity that exists around us? So what if me myself, one person, I can't assess all the diversity of all the plants and microbes that exist on the planet. So what if we empower the students to become scientists and to do the investigation for us, for humanity? And so that's essentially what we want to do. As a researcher, I'm not alone. There's other researchers like me and educators, like my friend Travis. They're struggling to inspire students and engage them in real active learning and project-driven learning strategies. And so we're trying to resolve this issue. Students, in addition, they're finding science classes a little bit boring. They feel like they're wasting their time. They're not using like the latest technologies. And so we want to bring these different groups together, these three different stakeholders, and help them collaborate with one another to resolve these issues by creating the COSY cloud platform. So these students can work together. Let me show you how this works, because it can be a bit confusing. So essentially, researchers work with us, COSY, to develop experimental protocols that can be deployed in our uniform research equipment. Using our cloud platform, we can then distribute that to our research network of students throughout Wisconsin and beyond. And then educators can access these lesson protocols and then implement them in their classrooms. So this is an example of one of our devices in action. This is actually an astrobotany experiment that I designed. You can see we have plants growing, and the red and the green line is software automatically detecting the plant as it grows and converting it to a graph. So this transforms the way teachers can do lessons. Rather than just focusing on getting lessons to work, they can do real research. Students get to do real experiments as part of real research projects, and they can address real-world issues that are just too big to handle by oneself. So our system automatically shares the data in the cloud, linking students no matter what age, be it like middle school kids like this or like college students like that. They're directly linked with researchers like myself who communicate to help each other on these rather large projects. So far we have 2 products that are available for the market from a suite that's under development. The main one that's been tested for the last couple of summers, the Instrument Discovery, is the COSY Flash Labs. This is a next generation microscope that's controlled from the cloud and allows everything to be processed up in the cloud, allowing equity within the research and educational scenario. We're also really excited to announce the size spinner. This is also on display just outside. So this has been designed specifically for NASA as it randomizes the gravity vector, allowing NASA researchers like myself to conduct experiments that are traditionally only possible on the International Space Station. But we have a lot more in the pipeline. We have fluorescent imaging technology that will allow students to observe plant nervous systems in the classrooms. And we're also working with some researchers who are investigating the origins of life to generate a photoreactor, so essentially allowing students to try and find out which first reactions allowed life to evolve on this planet. So far there's about 250,000 secondary science classrooms across the US, and about 500,000 research labs that are being conducted in higher education settings. So essentially, this research market is valued at roughly $2 billion. However, this is by training Generation Z, the current generation of students, we're essentially laying the groundworks. As these students mature and they enter the work environment, they'll then take these products, these tools with them. And this will allow us to enter the research market down the road. So this may sound a bit crazy, but we do have traction. Over the last couple of years, we've built we have over 50 units in use on UW campus here in Madison and distributed out in Carthage College. In addition to that, we won the Education Startup Weekend a couple of years ago, so that was really exciting to be recognized by peers in the education industry. But the most exciting thing is the side spinner, the NASA tool. We've actually got pre-orders from them for the Kennedy Space Center, NASA Ames in the Silicon Valley, and various other astrobotany research labs across the US. In addition to agreeing to purchase these research-grade tools, they've agreed to acquire education versions for their local schools and develop experiments that will go into those classrooms. So we're trying to make STEM cool again, and all my students tell me that if you give them a NASA sticker, it's kind of cool. So that's where we're trying to work with them. So I'm not alone in this endeavor. There's some really great people that have been collaborating on this. And my mentor, Professor Simon Gilby, would be here today. He's literally launching an experiment to the International Space Station tomorrow on SpaceX 18, so he's got a pretty good excuse. I'd also like to give a shout out to Travis Tangent. He's like the living embodiment of the Wisconsin idea. He works at the Institute of Discovery, collaborating with researchers like myself, trying to find ways to bring the research that we do into the classroom. So I'm really proud to be able to work with him on this. So if you'd like to see more Cozy products and find out a bit more what we do, please come see our devices. We've got a table upstairs, and let's democratize science. All right.